Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Dustin, Berserker Bear. I got another edition Bushwhacking History in Buffalo for you. Today we're just south of Buffalo, though. At We're at 18 Mile Creek today. I went there fishing with my friend yesterday, and it's cool. The ride's cool because we drive all the way down. It's called Route 5. You drive all the way down pretty much the shoreline of Lake Erie, and you get to see all this old industry along the way. And this is all in my stomping ground area too. There is some heavy industry down here, old world industry, if you will, old school industry that I touched on a little bit with, this is cool, the Lackawanna Canal. In my previous videos about Buffalo is the best designed city in the realm, I did a part 1 and a part 2. I actually go over all this industry. I mean, not specifically along this Lackawanna stretch here, but all the buildings that I address, and a lot of them were stationed in this area, and they're massive. So that's pretty cool. Check those out. But we're not doing that now. We're doing 18 Mile Creek. I got some definitions to go over for my trusty book I got here from Gramps, of course, 1920 high school geography book. We're going to use that for definitions. We're going to go over some like gradation and what cliffs and streams are per 1920s high school geography. Curriculum back in the day was way more extensive. So that's all I'll say about that. Gradation by water and streams. Oh, what we got there? Lichtenberg, or just the regular run of rivers and root systems and trees and branches and stuff. Not saying that didn't happen, an electrical event. I'm going to hammer down some definitions here, though. Mainstream definitions. We're going to use this book. It's got them. I got it. But let's get into it. 18 Mile Creek. There you go. That's what we got for Wiki. And, of course, I'll let the slideshow play. Your boy, Berserker, ain't on the board yet. There goes my buddy. Of course he is. When I say on the board, I mean I ain't got a fish yet this year. So it is what it is. And we got some gravy. Might have some gravy. And might have some more gravy. What? All right, so this is Bushwhacking History with Berserker Bear, 18 Mile Creek. And we took the ride down south of Buffalo, about 10-15 minutes once you actually get outside of the city limits, if you will. Okay. And nice drive. You get to see the shoreline, and a beautiful shoreline it is. Actually, you know what? Pretty sure I do have... There you go. So this is the kind of stuff I want to do definitions on. This is from this book, and this source is from the NYGS, Geological Survey, the New York Geological Survey. They're saying this is a sea cliff on Lake Erie. I haven't seen any cliffs in Lake Erie that look like that. Could understand why people look at it like structure. Like it was structure. I don't take that off the table. At this time, we're going to be using the definitions. This is cool too. Chalk cliffs. You guys ever see these things? One thing I know about chalk, it's definitely soft and it disintegrates easily. So I don't know what's going on here and how these can be chalk cliffs. I've never even heard. I mean, that looks like a sailboat. So anybody's got gravy on this? Any fans out in France? Parlez-vous anglais? Je m'appelle Dostan. Quick story on that. I was horrible in French class. Did terrible. And in order to pass the class, I had to sing the French alphabet in front of the class and dance. So I'll sing it for you right now, but I won't dance. So you got A, B, C, D, U, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Voilà l'alphabet français. There you go. That's as much theater as you're going to get out of the old Berserker Bear. So again, I'll play the, of course, I'll pull out this article and read what I have of it. And I'll let my slideshow play. My buddy caught a fish. I got that on video. Nice. We were in there. What the type of fish that are in this creek, the stream? You got bass. You got largemouth and smallmouth. Mostly catching smallmouth now. You got carp in there. You got trout in there. And if you want, you could eat it all. Not so much the carp though, or the bass. I mean, we just catch. We don't fish to eat. If I caught a walleye on the river, and it was of adequate size for good eating, I definitely would. But we're always throwing the fish back. There was a comment on one of my previous videos, maybe Bert Dam, what are we doing with the fish? We throw them right back. Take the hook out, take a picture, and throw it right back in. So here we are. So we drove south, right? Let's see if I could. We just came off Route 5. We took a little turn and went right down into the... Oh, there we go. Okay, you know what? So here we were. We actually entered in and we're fishing. So where we are in this little pocket, if you will, right here, is right here. Actually, we drove down this street. This dead end takes you to a parking spot area. I'll show you that. And it's a cliff, you know. It don't look like... Oh, you can see it a little bit. We just stayed pretty much in this area. Matter of fact, it kind of spurred my hand to want to go get some waders. Because if you have waders... Again, my cousins have a really good YouTube channel where they go in and out of these streams. It's called Outsiders. I've referenced it before. Please check them out. Give them a like and a sub if you like. They go in all these streams, all the waterways in and around Buffalo, Greater Niagara region, and get in there and fish. And I was talking about waders with my buddy because you have more of an ability. I'll actually show you what I'm talking about. But obviously you have more of an ability to walk around certain areas if you have waders on. And what waders are like rubber, like a rubber suit that you can get in, you step into, that's waterproof and allows you to walk in water. You can either get like thigh-high waders, you can get, some people have like the knee-high waders, but for creek trout fishing, when you got to be climbing up and around stuff, I would recommend the chest-high waders. And again, it allows you to get way more access. So that said, I got to get some waders. Let's pull this out. I'll read from that while we do my slideshow. And as we're going through it, I'll stop and narrate, and I'll show, as the pictures come up, we'll bring up, you know what? Should I have this open? Oh, you know, did you check that? Peep that? We'll do some comparisons of red bricks also. I found this one inside the city limits, Buffalo. I found this one in situ. We'll go over that definition. You can see in the pictures, in situ, in the creek bed. This is all rounded off, and it's got this interesting stippling to it that you'll actually. So we got two different bricks. One was in a creek bed. This one was Buffalo, city limits. I'll actually show you the video and the place that I got this one from. Okay, and this one from the creek bed. This one's heavy, like about the same weight, and it's like half the size. And very interesting. We're just going to do some comparisons there also. Forgot to tell you that. So, yeah, let's have that one up. The land. The ones that I want to have up. Okay, this is why I brought this up, because here's the deal. It's called 18 Mile Creek. They're calling creeks in this book streams. Pretty much the same thing. I'm gonna read this definition when I need to, per the slideshow. So let's get into it. All right. You know what? Might be too loud. Might not be when the video plays. We'll check that out when we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, if you will. What am I doing here? Okay, so 18 Mile Creek, Erie County. There's another one up in, I believe, Niagara County. That's called also 18 Mile Creek, that empties into Lake Ontario. Go figure. Anyway, 18 Mile Creek, also known as 18 Mile Creek. Okay, it's either two words or one word. Is a tributary off of Lake Erie, located in southern Erie County, New York, United States. The creek is second largest tributary of Lake Erie in New York State. The name is derived from the creek's distance south of the Niagara River in Buffalo. The creek was named Kakauku Creek by Seneca Nation. That's the natives around here, the Seneca Nation. The Iroquois are a part of that. And I believe it's the Iroquois Nation, and the Senecas are a part of that. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. I apologize. I should know that. Oh, yeah, and you know what? This doesn't do it really any justice, and again, it's my camera phone, but that's high up there. That's a good probably 80, 90-foot cliff. The name is derived, Seneca Nation, of course. From its source in the town of Concord, 18 Mile Creek flows north and then west before entering Lake Erie at the community of Highland on the lake in the town of Evans. It has one major tributary, the South Branch, 18 Mile Creek, which joins the main branch within 18 Mile Creek Park in the town of Hamburg. The creek drains an approximately 120 square mile watershed. Geology. The lower section of 18 Mile Creek has been known for its abundance of fossils since the 19th century. The faces of the creek's gorges expose bands of shale, overlain limestone, which yield numerous fossils dating from the Middle-Late Devonian period. These include corals such as Heliophyllum and favosites, in addition to various species of crinoids, brachiopods, bryozoans, bivalves, and trilobites. I'm familiar with trilobites for sure. Allegedly one of the first living things around, allegedly. Again, this is classical geography here. I don't abide this at all. I go by my faith now, but we're using this as benchmark, so it's got to be defined. So look at your boy right there, okay? It was beautiful, a beautiful day. Again, I appreciate having these areas in and around Buffalo that I can go to. I mean, it's amazing. Okay, public use, here you go. Oh no, actually, we're still in geology. After trilobites, portions of the creek and surrounding area in the town of Hamburg have been designated as critical environmental area due to abundance of fossils. That sounds like a narrative. Allegedly. Look at that. Very cool. We're going to go over these definitions too. Might be a little quicker one than I thought. Hope you guys like this one. Old school. Hopefully it's not like an hour. This dude caught 3 fish, and lost 2. Here I am, trying to change my rig up, catch up with this dude, and he's banging them. Okay, 18 Mile Creek sports fishing. Here we go. Is utilized by anglers seeking Lake Erie steelhead, which are trout, bigger trout. Lake Erie steelhead during their annual spawning runs take place from mid-October to early May. Brown trout are also sought year-round. Fishing access is facilitated by 1.4 miles of public fishing rights, conservation easements secured along the creek and its major tributary, the creek's south branch. An additional 2.5 miles of stream access is available within 18 Mile Creek County Park. The portion located along the main stern within the park is a catch and release area where only artificial lures are permitted. Artificial lures as opposed to live bait. Now we're going to play this slideshow right quick, okay? While I read this. Or catch and release. Okay, catch and release is obviously catch it and release it, not intending to eat it. 18 Mile Creek is stocked annually by the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation. We call it the DEC for short. If anybody's fishing and the fuzz walks up on you, it's probably going to be these guys. Just looking for your license, your fishing license. You got to have a fishing license, obviously. Make sure you're not doing any illegal fishing. Catching fish outside of season, stuff like that. Even trying to snag for fish. They do that sometimes in the gorge where you're not actually trying to catch them. You're just trying to pull a hook through the water and snag them. That's extremely illegal because you can obviously damage the fish. So just want to make sure everything's above board, if you will. And they're normally super cool. The most friendly dudes you ever want to meet. So props to the DEC conservation officers. Much respect for sure. So in 2014, 20,000 steelhead and 660 brown trout were stocked in the stream, and an additional 20,000 steelhead were stocked in the creek's south branch. Parks and forests, this is the last one, and then I'll get off of. Sorry for scrolling through text, but it's really the only other thing I could do. This is kind of hip fire, so I don't do any editing, guys, and I don't really. Sometimes I make an outline, but here we go. Let's read the last little excerpt here. Parks and forests. Okay, 18. Getting some gravy, actually, right there. Okay, 18 Mile Creek Park, 464 acre county park is located. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. Is located at the confluence of 18 Mile Creek's main stream and its south branch in the town of Hamburg. The park is largely undeveloped with the exception of its hiking trails and small parking area. It is managed by Erie County Department of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry. It includes a 60-foot gorge, there you go, along the creek. A small parking lot on South Creek Road provides access to 5 miles of hiking trails as well as access for fishing along the creek. In November 2015, the Erie County Parks Department announced that a 225-acre forested parcel at the headwaters of 18 Mile Creek had been purchased by the county in order to prevent commercial development. Get on board with that. The acquisition took place in collaboration with the Nature Conservancy and the Buffalo Niagara River Keep, who together in the county aim to raise $320,000 for the purchase. The newly purchased forest in the town of Concord joins other county lands protecting the creek's headwaters, helping to provide habitat for fish and wildlife in addition to improving drinking water quality within the region. Over 1,000 acres of land near the creek's headwaters are protected by the county and are accessible to public for passive recreation such as hiking. So that's cool. I appreciate that, of course. Now, where are we? Okay, weathering. So they made a couple of definitions that we should hammer out there. You know what? 18 Mile Creek Wiki. See, there's the other one in Niagara County. We're at the one in Erie County. Let's go see what a creek or a stream is, and let's see if I could find that. Gradation by running water is important to go over because that's effectively what forms these cliffs. And let's open up. Now, again, this is all from this book right here. And I got a date for you guys. There you go. High School Geography. Looking good on time here. Not too bad. I always go by the latest. That would be the last revised edition, copyrighted, 1920 here. We got the land. We got bedrock. Hopefully you guys can see the bottom. Yep. Okay. If a boring is made anywhere down through the mantle rock, it will be found to be underlain by bedrock, a compact, coherent mass which is not easily broken up or removed. I have my opinions on what this is with this whole alternative history research, but we're just going to lay out some definitions here, which I believe are beholden to do. So we got stratification, as you can see here. Underlain by bedrock, a compact, coherent mass which is not easily broken up or removed. Bedrock often projects through the cover of mantle rock and is exposed to view upon a hillside, in the face of a cliff, or along the bed and banks of a stream. Such an exposure of bedrock on the surface is called an outcrop. So let's go and give you a direct example of that from my boots on the ground. There you go. They're referring to that, something like that, okay? Let's just take it for what the text says at this time. You get all this stuff, look at what we got here, the metamorphic rock, which is obviously changed. I'll leave links to all these. I can actually make links to, and hopefully I'm going slow enough you guys can pause and look it up yourself, because I don't want to be too long on this. Matter of fact, I want to keep this one under a half hour if I could. I got to punch in for work, number one, but I like the little short quick hitters too. So here we go. Plains, landforms. Where are the valleys? Hills, valleys. Valley, any depression between higher land. Okay, can you see? Okay, yeah. Any depression between higher land on each side may be called a valley, wherever parallel mountain ranges are upheaved and the corresponding depression between them is called an intermot valley. And it says, I think for an example, the Valley of California is an intermot valley. There you go. Follow up on that. Here we go. Valleys and streams. Let's read this, and I'll give you a little preview for my next one. All right? Maybe for a couple next ones. Not sure if you noticed. Well, we'll get into that after. So valleys and streams. Here we go. The meat and potatoes. If the course of a stream is followed up, it will be found to be joined at intervals on either side by tributaries, each of which flows in a valley usually proportioned to the size of the stream. The main stream and its valley grow to the size of the stream. The main stream and its valley grow smaller above the mouth of each tributary until they are reduced to a tiny rivulet flowing in a furrow, and finally come to an end at a spring, pond, or swamp, or upon a smooth slope of a hillside. Fractal nature of reality. If any tributary is followed up, it also is found to divide like a trunk of a tree into smaller branches and rivulets. There you go. Fractal nature of reality. The surface of the land on either side slopes towards the stream or one of its tributaries, and at the same time, there is a continuous slope downstream from the head or tip of every branch. Same thing with capillaries in your body. If the slope is ascended from the stream at greater or less distance, a point is reached where the surface begins to slope away from the stream toward some other stream. That's where you get those like conical looking things going down. You know, they kind of do look like structure, so that's up for debate still. You know, I'm literally just showing you what the mainstream was saying 100 years ago. A more or less definite line to be found may be found which marks the junction of two slopes and separates the water flowing into one stream from that flowing into another. There you go. If this divide or water parting is followed, it is found to pass around the heads of all tributaries and to enclose the basin or area from which water drains into the stream system. There you go. Runoff. You can see what that is. Pause it, look it up. What I want to go back to now is, now you got some definitions and you got some mainstream definitions of some geological terms that I run up next to when I'm fishing or bushwhacking, if you will. Although this is effectively bushwhacking fishing. But did you guys notice? So I found... Now, all right, now this is in situ. In the original place, when you walk up to something and you see it in nature as it sits, I mean, I guess it comes from in situation, etymologically speaking, but this one was in the actual creek. I let it chill because I noticed a couple more. This gives you an idea of scale. And this is straight along here too, you know, where we are here. Let's see if we can get okay, so right here where my homie is, Dre, that's like right in this little cut right here, okay? So that gives you scale too. I mean, this place, this ain't no slouch of a place. It's no Zor Valley. That's another place I can go. Zor Valley is massive. I plan to go there also. And I'll get you a video, an episode of Zor Valley. Look that up. Massive. Zor Valley, Watkins Glen. Western New York is no slouch for beautiful, beautiful places. So, yeah, I wanted to show you an example of the in situ. This guy. Oh, yeah. I didn't realize I'm fishing, you know. I always like to fish along the structure, you know, for the bass. They like especially the bass like the wood. The bass like the fish that eat the insects that live on the wood. So old docks or whatever, that's why they say you'll always catch some bass by some docks, because the bass like to chill by the wood in the water, because the bass eat the fish that eat the little creepy crawlies that like to fester on the rotted wood. But anyway, it's like, I'm like, yo, Dre, what? Oh, is that a house up there? That's a little precarious, if you ask me. But that kind of lends credence to the idea that, you know, Buffalo, New York, and the outlying area is beautiful, beautiful. You guys see it? See it? That's in situ, but I excavated it. Sure did. And you just wonder, I mean, it looks like it's been underwater for a while. And like I said, so let me do something right quick. Video capture, let me unlock that. Okay, so again, this is one that I found like in a red brick building, if you will, like one of those industrial buildings, work buildings. This one I found, that's the one I found in the stream. And they're specifically different. I know this one's rounded off because it was in the stream. I would advise looking up rock slides or mudslides. Boulders fall down hills. You know, boulders actually can flow like water. Look up a rock slide. It's unbelievable. These things can tumble down streams for sure. And clearly this got rounded off by doing that. It's specifically different in its stippling, though. Look at that stippling. You know, this, as a matter of fact, I do have pictures of it. We're going over my time here, but I don't care. Where is it? Where is it? Photos. Okay, yeah, so the one that I found in the stream has got this very, I know that it's eroded. I know that it's probably tossed at the bottom of the creek. But it's just interesting that these little pot marks here, it looks specifically different than the one that I found in the city. So I don't know what that means. Anybody's got some ideas? This is the one from the city. And it kind of looks a little bit bifurcated here, like they put two pieces together. But now, if this were in the stream for a while, rolling around, would it look like that? Maybe. I don't know. I just find that it's interesting. Also, this one's really heavy, too. This one's about as heavy as this one, just about. And it's like half its size. So, 2 red bricks found from in the field. Now they're in the Berserker Bear basement. Yeah, just cool. I thought it was very cool to show. Now let's do a little preview of what else I got going on here. Albums, what? Jim Bob. Photos. I'm going to be doing a Connecticut Street Armory soon. Going to be going over stuff like this. Oh boy. Get my mug off this. Pause that, read that. Most Buffalonians, ourselves included, walk the streets, sidewalks, Queen City, without giving a second thought to what lies beneath their feet. Something major is hidden under those Silver City gates. This video has been removed from YouTube, probably because it shows where to get in. Little known fact: Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the newer ones, they were filmed on the streets of Buffalo. Haven't watched them, the newer ones. The old school ones I have for sure. But you guys noticed a specific key term here? And I'm going to show you some gravy because I got another Niagara Falls 2.0 coming out whenever I could put it together. Again, this is a hobby for me, guys. I work full-time, and I'm a full-time dad, family man. So I appreciate all your love, all your support, everything. There are thousands of vaults and tunnels. Vaults, you say? Okay. This is a cross-section of the greatest engineering triumph of the age at the time. Diagram showing the Niagara Water Power Tunnel. You know, this is all the Sholkoff stuff, Sholkoff Dam. And it's got the bedrock delineated here. You can see. It's got the canal delineated here. It's got the tunnel delineated. It's got the lower river. What's that? What's that? As a matter of fact, let's underline it more, literally. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Also, yeah, I highly recommend getting this book. I already got it ordered. Of course, the other book that I have is upstairs. So couple this. You guys see that? Give you enough time to read it. Now couple that with what's going on here. Oh yeah, here we go. Connecticut Street Armory. Got this to do. Guys, do some head research on this for me. It kind of looks like these two could be the same building. Maybe they made a mistake in history. You know, the historians made a mistake, and instead of calling it the Armory, they just renamed it or what. I don't know. I'm not saying that. They do look similar. I'm gonna look into it. What else? There you go. Yeah, preview. That's the Connecticut Street Armory. A little preview for you. I'm gonna be doing this. Maybe I can get in there. Hopefully, if I know a guy, maybe I can get you some inside footage. And oh, there goes your baby girl. Let's not go too crazy here. I realize I had those. Okay, so Niagara Falls 2.0 coming out. We got street. We got vaults. Oh, we also have what I wanted to show you. Another book, very interesting that I have. Couple that one about the psychic highway with this one. Look it up. This is a signed copy that I have. It's upstairs, actually. My wife found it at work. Very cool. So I got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of ground to cover. Berserker Bear will be reporting back regarding that, as always, and I appreciate your love. Okay? Y'all be safe. Keep your heads up and your spirits up. That light at the end of the tunnel is not an approaching freight train. It's beautiful daylight. We all keep moving towards it. All right? I will see you on the next one. Take care.